Welcome to the Men of Honor podcast. My name is Corey, your host, and today we're going to be talking about friendship. And it's very important for us as men to have friends, and not just friends, but something a little bit deeper than just the banter that we have, the football talk, or the macho ego type thing that we do. For me, I do have at least two or three close friends that I can say I share a bond, and I love them as brothers. And I think there's this notion of trying to form a bond with a man somehow makes you gay. Now, this is quite ludicrous, to be honest with you. Like, most men would avoid any sort of notion of a bond, or getting close to another man in that way, where they can value that person as a friend, or even tell their friend that they actually love the fact that they're the friend. It's something that even now, probably when I'm talking about it, is giving you a physical reaction, which is not making you feeling uncomfortable. And really, if you look at it, there's nothing wrong with being gay. So I'm not saying be gay, but at the same time, I'm just trying to point out the fact that the notion that you think that you can, if you form a bond, somehow that makes you want to have cock up your ass, or makes you want to be, sleeping with another man, there must be something you need to resolve sexually, because I think, I don't know, when I can remember, age 4, there's a girl that I liked, and at that point I knew I was a heterosexual male. I've never doubted it. And I always say this joke, like one time I was at this party, things got out of hand, and there was people having sex. And I was getting a little bit rowdy, like, with the lady I was with. So there was like people doing stuff, and this guy started making these noises, and it was really off-putting. Like, this guy is making these noises, and then all of a sudden he is bugged out. When he did, that was like the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Like, and I always joke around and say, if I was gay, at that point I realized that I'm not. At that point I was like, I think this is something that I don't really want to see ever again. But I'm not, again, there's nothing wrong with being gay. I think the way I've probably positioned this is making it sound like being gay is wrong, but it's actually not wrong, because I'm just speaking from the perspective that most men assume that if they can create a bond or some sort of special relationship with a friend, into a guy friend. When I say special relationship, I mean that you can confide in, you can have secrets. They can call you out. So if you're doing something stupid, they'll say, you know what, you're doing something stupid, and you respect the thing that they're saying. Because usually, sometimes that that person is not your friend when you say something that is trying to save them something, and then their ego comes into play, and you can't tell them the truth. Neither do they tell you the truth. And again, us as men, we don't even have that. And this is the reason why a lot of men suffer in silence when it comes to depression. Like, some of the guys I know that have ended up killing themselves. They were like the most funniest guys. Like, that guy was so funny. That guy was so happy all the time. But he was suffering in silence. That was just a facade. It was just a mask of trying to, cover what he was already suffering on the inside. So this is vitally important. Like, if you don't have a friend, I'll be your friend, mate. I'll be your friend. But like, if it's something that you don't have to actively go out and say, "Oh, can you be my friend?" But getting somebody who is gonna be there for you, just the emotional side of things. It's fair to say most guys don't want to admit that there's an emotional side of them, and they put on this bravo facade thing where that I'm putting on all this armor to make myself feel very strong, and there's all this ego that is surrounded with the way we behave, that we cut off any other connections that are not females and we actually wonder why we are, so self-destructive. And this is one of the major reasons why, people actually get into these addictions where they are consistently on, addicted to something. Men are more prone to be suffering from addiction just on the basis of this, that they want to feel a way of escaping. They want to feel good on the inside. And there's no better, and it's just a substitute to the actual good feeling that you get when you can ring your friend and say, how are you doing? And they say they're fine. And then by the way they say they're fine, you're like, no, it doesn't sound like you're fine. What's really going on? And then he opens up and says, you know what, this is going on, this is going on. Then you say, you know what, this is how you can resolve it from outside looking in. And then they say, yeah, I'll check it out. And then, like, what's going on with you? And then if I open up and, he says, okay, I think I see what's going on. And it doesn't even have to be about problems. It could be even on a happier note, like, oh, by the way, what are you doing? What's going on? What's going on with the business, kind of thing. And just giving you that personal care that this is my friend and I want to look after them because they would look after me. And regardless of, like how it looks on the outside, being able to form bonds is a primal thing. It's the thing that we needed in order to protect our wives. You needed to have a bunch of men around you that were strong, but you also had to have a bond in order to fight the invaders, people that are trying to come and steal your food and your wives. So from an evolutionary standpoint, this is one of the reasons why it's important. And when constantly ignoring it. And one of the reasons why this is important is that if you are already in a relationship, part of the relationships that struggles that you have is based on this, because that bond thing that you miss from having a bond with a male is so solely becomes your partner's burden. So not only is he supposed to be your partner, and if you're forming a bond with a male-female one, but the one that is maybe your warrior type bond where you're supposed to be bonding with other warriors, just to make it sound more palatable for you guys, because if I continue talking about emotions and stuff, you're all getting all uncomfortable. So I'm just going to try and, pimp it up a little bit. For forming bonds with your warrior buddies is probably vital, even especially now that we're going through this COVID stuff. Vital, like absolutely paramount that you be doing that stuff, because when you can have bonds outside just your family and you have somebody who's got your back, again, it just gives you that confidence in yourself. And also, you also have a source where you can actually speak, because you can't tell your missus everything, you can't tell your partner everything. Sometimes it could be things that are about her that would upset her, and sometimes you who's gone in your brain and told yourself something that is stupid, and you start obsessing on this stupid thing that you go and then tell your friend. When you tell your friend tells you that it's stupid, and then you're like, oh shit, yeah, it is stupid. And then you got it resolved. So again, you don't want the burden of like your nourishment as a human being for connection to be solely based on your partner giving you that. That is like usually for yourself, that becomes a massive, massive burden. So I don't know if I've really put my point across correctly and in a way that's going to actually get you guys to really have a look at this. That, if you don't have anyone that can form a bond with you like that, they're not your friends. Like I joke around like the next guy. I love banter. I love talking about normal guy shit, but for anybody that knows me, I always prod and elicit emotion from anybody I talk to. Like, I want to know what's happening deep inside, like, what's the struggle, and I'm trying to pull that out so I can create a connection. And that's the reason why I'm quite vulnerable. I always say exactly what I struggle with, exactly what my problems is. So if you listen to any of the podcast episodes way before that, I talk about I struggle with porn, I struggle with masturbation, even though I was married and stuff like that. And again, when I think of the times when I struggled with that, it was the time period when I had no friends where we had a good connection. So it's a very odd podcast episode because it's one of those that I'm making. I know it's very important, but can be very easily construed into something that is not. So it's up to you to do that, whatever you want to do with this information. Like, for me, at least there's one person who's listening to this and thought, you know what, that's absolutely right. I actually need real friends around me. And again, that's one of the pillars of the things I was talking about, that if you have to have ambition, but you also have to have friends outside of your relationship. If you are in a relationship, if you're looking to have a relationship, one of the things that you're going to need to have for you to actually have a good relationship, moving on, is good friends that you actually love. Like, this is my brother, type thing. This is my warrior brother, to make you feel comfortable. Silly that I have to do that. But anyways, hopefully, you got some value from this. I think I used to be very apologetic when I talk about this, but I'm not. I'm over it, dude. People, you might take it the way you want to take it, but I think I've done I think nearly 70 episodes. I think you now know from that I honestly care about people, men's mental well-being. I've never got a cent from Men of Honor, so I'm doing this out of my own time, and I really care about actually making a difference in people's lives. So yeah, when I say some of this stuff, I'm not saying it to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm doing it because I care, and somebody has to say it, so I will. So yeah, take it easy, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Please put some comments or some reviews wherever you're listening to this podcast, and I'll be absolutely grateful for that. If you've got any questions, send me on Instagram. So like you say, I do not have a friend. I'm happy to be your friend, and you can open up. I will be discreet. I will not talk about your shit and stuff that's going on. If you want somebody to talk to, the door is open. You can catch me on Instagram. We can set up a meeting. We can have a discussion. You can talk about whatever you want. And again, like I said, I'm here for you guys. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. I'll put my Instagram handle. You can get in touch with me, and I'll be speaking to you guys soon. Take care.